Hey guys, and welcome to another pole tutorial. Today I'm going to be teaching you my pole dance wrong. You can scroll down below and check it out. It's a fun one for sure. It was more of one that I was doing just as improv and kind of liked. So get ready to learn with me. This one is super athletic. There's two parts to it. One that's super athletic, one that's just exotic. The athletic one is athletic though, so make sure you stretch your splits out a little. Okay. Let's get started. So to start this routine, we're gonna go ahead and climb up the pole. We don't wanna go all the way up to the top because we have to get up higher above that. So if your pole is about the height of mine, which is an average like 1-story high pole, you're gonna do one climb, and after that first time, invert and hook your outside leg. For me, that's gonna be my right leg. Once you hook that leg, you're gonna climb above it, so you can pull yourself up. So you're coming from down here, you're gonna reach above to pull yourself up, and then you're gonna turn your hip to bring your shoulder to the pole. From there, you're gonna cup grip the pole, like so that you're in a shoulder mount position. You're gonna then do a shoulder mount. I bend my knees in, one, because it's easier, but two, it looks more dynamic to bend them in and then straighten them out into a nice invert. When you straighten that leg out, normally you would go to where your legs would be on either side of the pole. This time you want to straighten them out to bring them to one side of the pole. For me, because I hooked my right leg, they're going to be going to the right side of the pole. When they come around to the right side of the pole, you have to really use your core and engage your core to bring it down to the pole. So you're going to be in like a pancake, and you're going to come around, swing your right leg past the pole to come into a climb. So I'm going to attempt to explain that while I'm in the air. Let's give it a go. Okay, so we start with one climb. We will want to do this on spin. You can start it on static though, just to keep it easier. So up one climb, I'm going to do a small spin so you can see the angles. We're then going to invert. I'm hooking my right leg. From here, we're going to release our right arm to reach above, and then left arm reaches, and we pull ourselves up and twist our hips to face away from the pole. After that, we bring our shoulders to the pole and we cup grip. We tuck our knees in, straddle them out, and bring them around. That was done not gracefully because it was done slowly, but that's the gist of it. You're going, I suggest having a mat below you. The faster you go, you don't want to go too fast, but you also don't want to go too slow. You really want to focus on tucking those knees in, straightening them out to one side of the pole, and then swinging them to grasp onto the pole as quickly as possible. You want to keep it smooth. If you go in one smooth motion, it's easier. All right, so once we're up on the pole in that climb, after we come down from that move, we're going to release the legs and rehook them in a sit where the pole is in our crotch. From there, we bend the legs, and we're going to straighten out our right leg, the top leg, and slowly lean back to hook the foot to the pole. We're going to really flex so that foot connects with the pole. From there, we're secure enough to lay back, and we'll be upside down in a nice little lock. We're going to take our right hand to reach above the pole while our left remains gripping, and then we release that right leg to put it behind ourselves in a nice little arabesque. That's the next move. After that, you just crunch up. You can just crunch up and regrip the pole and come down. For the choreo though, from there you're going to be reaching down to put your hands on the ground in a handstand and just kick out. So let's do that. Okay. So we just landed out of that move. We then release the legs, bring it into our crotch, bend the knees, and then we straighten the top one and really, really flex that top foot and move our way down. I'm gripping the pole with my left arm. My right arm reaches by my head. And then from here, I can straighten back that right leg. And it takes muscles, but it's secure. You're then gonna bring that leg back. I'm really low right now, but from here, you're going to push up in a handstand and just kick out. This routine starts off really intense. It gets a little bit more easy as we go. But if you got through that part, the rest of it shouldn't be too crazy difficult. So let's move on. Okay, so for this next move, we want to do it really slowly. I'm going to struggle my way talking through it as I do it, but I'm first going to just explain it. We're going to have a little flirty moment and then go into a handspring. When we do the handspring, our bottom finger points down, our top hand is in a twisted grip. We kick up into the handspring. Our right leg comes to the pole and hooks. Our left leg arches back. And then we're gonna bring our left leg to the pole so that the thigh is touching the pole. And we're gonna take our right arm to reach above and to climb up the pole. From there, we're gonna invert again, hook the left leg. So we're basically a circus climbing our way up. When we hook the left leg, we're then gonna drop our right arm down the pole to push ourselves back to create some space. We're going to bring our other leg around the pole so that it's against the pole, like here, so that the ankles on one side, calf is on the other side. And then we're going to, this part, do very, very slowly, even when you're doing the routine for real. We're going to take our arms and grip around our leg in the pole and hold it really securely into our chest. And very slowly, the leg on top that's hooked, we're going to release it to bring it around the pole so that we're splitting on top of the pole. Do this all very slowly and very carefully because it is a balancing act. You have to be in the right place or you will fall off the pole. So I recommend having a mat underneath you. Make sure your splits are nice and stretched, and do it slow so you find the balance and you don't slip off, because it's very possible too, because you're not actually locked in anywhere. So that is the move. I'm not there to spot you, so don't do it if you're not comfortable, because I'm not liable if you hurt yourself. This is just the best way I can explain it to you, and if you feel confident doing it, then go for it. If you don't feel confident doing it, don't go for it. So once you're in that split and you're balancing it, all you do is you bring your leg back to rehook it on the pole, and then you slide your booty back to rehook the other leg so that you're in a genie. So I'm going to talk it through now, and we're going to try it. All right, so once we come down, we do this little flirty, have a little flirty moment, and then we prep for a handspring. Bottom hand, finger points down, top hand is twisted grip. From here, we go ahead and kick up, and then we hook the right leg, bend the other leg back, and then release our top hand. We bring this leg forward so that the thigh is touching the pole. From there, we can climb up, invert again, hook the other leg, and then we're gonna push our right leg to the pole. I use my hand to make some distance so I can bring that right leg to the pole. Ankles on one side, calf is on the other side. We're then come into the pole and hug it into ourselves, and then release the top leg in a split. Do this very slowly, and then regrip. Regrip at the top. You can grip at the bottom to come into a genie. Then from here, I'm facing the wrong way, so we'll come down. So, in that move, Okay, so moving on, once we're in the genie, we are then going to go ahead and slip our bottom leg out, and we're gonna push it behind so that we go into another little one-legged stag position. After that, we're going to slide down into a handstand, straddle the legs out, swing the leg behind the pole and kick down. And that's the full competitive part, or not competitive, athletic part of this routine. So let's do it. We are on this side, so let me go from here. We hook and hook. So we are in this Genie position right now, and away I go. From here, we are going to, I'm gonna reach down in like an Aisha position with my right arm. I'm going to slide, tuck this knee in towards myself to slide it out of the pole and push it back. So now I'm in this one-legged stack position. From here, I'm coming back to the pole to kind of lock in with my thighs, bringing my hands down to come into a straddle, and then I can go ahead and kick my way out and come down. And that is the entire routine. All right, so after all that, we are in a Genie now. From the Genie, we are going to grip in the middle with both hands and straighten out our legs in a nice little straddle pancake. After that, we're going to slide the bottom hand down, which is the right hand, and we are going to sneak our right leg in towards our chest and put it behind the pole. From there, we're going to be able to straighten out it out behind us in a nice little one-legged stag. After that, we're going to bring that back leg to the pole and slide down into a handstand. We want to have our shoulder touching the outside so we can come into a straddle handstand, but our legs should be on opposite sides of the pole. When we come down from that handstand, we have to bring the back leg around the pole and bring it down. And from there, we're going to tuck our feet in a point and use our core to control it on the way down so we don't land hard on top of our feet, but come down to the tops of our calves. And that is the full part of the athletic dance. So let's try that. Okay, so for this next part, we're going to go in the Genie. Whoops. From the Genie. Stop looking at me, I'm sorry. Here. All right, oh my God. So from the Genie, we are then going to grip in the middle and straighten out both legs so we're in a nice little straddle. After that, we're going to take our bottom hand. Also, I'm on the wrong side. 1 second. Okay, blooper, wait. All right, so we are here in the Genie. And stop. So from here, we grip in the middle and we straighten out our legs in a little straddle, re-grip, and then we slide this hand down, the bottom hand, and have it point your finger down. We tuck our leg in towards our chest and then push it out for a nice little one-legged stag. From there, we bring it in towards the pole and we bring our shoulder to the back to where our shoulder touches the back of the pole into a handstand and come out into a straddle handstand. So it's different than a regular one because now we're twisted in with the pole. From there, the leg comes around the pole and we can drop ourselves down onto our knees. That time I came down onto my toes. If you're feeling ballsy, you can come to the tops of your foot. While I was talking, I didn't feel like doing that though. But you can 100% do that. So that is the full part of the athletic part of the routine. Okay, so for this next part of the routine, it is the exotic part, so heels go on. We are going to start off camera and walk onto camera, so that'll look like this. We walk on, and then we kind of walk past the pole and have a little flirty moment of, just kidding, I'm coming back. And then we're going to step and do a little, what did I do? Wait, damn it, blooper. Okay, so this next part of the routine is the exotic part of the routine. So heels go on. We're going to start off camera and walk on. So that'll look like this. We're gonna walk past the pole, but then grab it and do a little snake around, like a just kidding, I'm coming back. And then have a little flirty moment, play with your hair, do a little body roll. And we're gonna step together, crouch a bit, do a little hair flip, and then take a step, turn it around, and then swing your right leg back to then come into the straddle pose. From there, this leg is gonna not touch the ground, but come out this way. And we're gonna look back at the camera and swing to come down, and then roll over our right shoulder, and left leg goes out, and then bring it in, and we are here. So, to do that again, we are stepping with our left leg, right leg, left leg, grab the pole, snake it back around, just kidding. Run it through our hair, body roll, step, step, hair flip, step, turn to face the camera, swing the back leg, up into straddle, don't touch the ground, slide it through, come back, and then roll it around to come down and sit. Roll over the right shoulder, left leg out, but then we sneak it under to come up. So maybe watch that a couple times. It's a little harder to explain dancing with a pole. So run that through a couple times, and then here's the next part. All right, so after that, we're going to go into a handstand. We're going to have one hand on the ground, the other hand will be in a twisted grip, and we're just going to kick up with one leg, go into a stag, come into a tuck, and then straighten out into a 7 position. From that 7 position, we're going to prep a little and then fling our legs back into not a full back bend, but just enough to bring our feet over, and not come up in a back bend, but then just slide back down. Be super mindful. This is a lot harder than a normal handstand because one, it's an assisted handstand, which actually can make it more difficult because you have to find a different point of center of gravity. And you're also doing a handstand with 8-inch heels on, so it's going to definitely affect your balance. So make sure you're really focused and engaging and using your core to find that place where you want to be in your handstand. So let's try it. All right, so we're down on the ground. We turn just a bit. One hand on the floor, other hand comes up in a twisted grip. We lift our butt up, and then from there, we're going to just kick up, kick up into a handstand and stag. Then come to a tuck, move slowly because your pole may be on spin. Straighten out and find that, oh! All right, don't mind that. Come up into a stag. Oh no! All right, let's try this again. Cut. Okay, so we're on the ground from here. We're going to turn to kind of face the pole. One hand goes on the ground, other hand reaches up in a twisted grip. We're going to stick our butt up in the air, kick one leg up to come into a stag. We're then going to bring the knees together in a tuck, really stick that booty out, slowly come into a 7, and then kick back and roll down. So that one is a little bit tricky because you really have to balance, especially with the boots, and the pole is on spin. Feel free to try it without the boots a couple times before putting the boots on. And yeah, let's move on to the next move. Okay, so following that, I'm just going to talk through this last part because it's more dancey than tricks anyway. We are on the ground, we release the pole, we come up into a candlestick, bend one leg, roll down just for a little moment, re-grab the pole, push up into a squat to then come up with the booty towards the camera because that's more fun. We then take the right leg, helicopter, So many distractions today. We then take the right leg, hook it to the pole, and we just do a little spin around for a little dynamic flow. Bring it down, do a little flirty body roll, and then face the pole, do a little hair flip, and then face the camera, come down, and arch back to finish out on the ground. Thanks for joining me. I'll catch you again for another tutorial. Feel free to comment below and let me know what you would like to learn, if you have any song requests, and yeah, see you for the next one.